Welcome back. I'd like to welcome AJ McCree, principal at Reid Early Childhood Center, and Peggy Kiefer, a parent educator for early learning programs, to our show. AJ, why don't you begin by telling our audience and our community a little bit about our early childhood program?
Yeah, absolutely. So our early childhood program is definitely state-of-the-art. We have a fantastic building on Naperville Boulevard where we have 17 classrooms of children that are learning side by side all together, 3 to 5 years old. We have teachers within those classrooms that have multiple certifications, so they all have their early childhood degree, their special education endorsement, and many of them also have their English as a second language endorsement. The program has 3 to 5-year-olds all learning side by side. We have children that have with and without special needs all within every classroom. We also have children from multiple different languages in each classroom as well. We have a research-based curriculum that we utilize, so children are utilizing play in order to learn academic skills, as well as social emotional learning in order to put them onto a path for success.
Great. AJ, you referenced the building on Naperville Boulevard, the Reid Early Childhood Center, but we've also expanded that program a little bit, haven't we? Tell us a little bit more about where we've put classrooms.
Yeah, absolutely. So this year we were issued a grant to serve our children the year before they go into kindergarten. So we opened up 2 classrooms at Maplebrook Elementary School and 2 classrooms at Scott Elementary School. And what makes those classrooms unique is that they are a full day program. So they additionally, they'll arrive at the same time that first grade does and go home at the same time first grade does. They get to learn all day. They have lunch, they have some quiet time, and they get to really extend all their opportunities for learning.
Peggy, will you tell the community a little bit about your role and what you do?
Sure. So we also have a grant that was funded to us this year, although we've had it for the past probably at least 8 or 9 years. It was funded to grow, and we now have, instead of which we started with 2 parent educators, 8 parent educators, which are home visitors that go into the homes of families with moms who are either pregnant or are parenting birth to 3-year-olds. And so what we do is give extra support to some of our families that could use some additional resources and aren't able to get those on their own.
Great. AJ, tell us a little bit about what the day looks like for our early childhood students.
Sure, absolutely. So they all, for the majority of our students, they come in on a bus. Like the big kids, they walk all the way down their classroom and they get right to work. So one thing about early childhood is we really utilize and are intentional with every minute of the day. So as they're walking down the hallways of our beautiful building, we have things that allows them to start practicing math as they're walking down to their classroom. There they're greeted, they start their own routine. A goal of ours is always to build that independence. So from the very first day of school, we're really working with them on those functional skills of how to hang up your backpack, how to take off your coat, how to wash your hands. From there, they jump right into learning. And so oftentimes individuals will ask about, well, is it academic or is it play-based? And so really it's both. So we utilize play as that vehicle to support academic and social emotional learning. So they'll have some tabletop activities that they'll be working on. They will be using some cognitive skills to solve puzzles. They'll be using some language skills to read through books with the different adults that are in the classroom with them. They have activities, again, that are set up throughout the day. It's definitely a play-based environment. They'll have opportunities to learn within centers. So the classroom will be set up into distinct different areas, whether it's a sand and water table, a dramatic play. We'll have a toys and games center, a library, it goes on. And so within each setting, our teachers are masters at embedding learning. So they'll take a look at the goals that they have for individual students, and they'll embed opportunities for them to work on those goals throughout the day, physically and through their schedule.
Great. Peggy, tell us a little bit more about a home visit. How might you work with the parent? Or what are some things that may occur during that visit? And why are those visits so important?
Well, home visitors are really there to support the whole family. So as we go into the home, we find out a little bit about their backgrounds, how we can support them, and how we can help them to make school and the whole educational process a success for both the kiddos and the parents. Many of our families are from different countries where their school is different. Their educational system is very different. So helping them learn what to expect, giving them those anticipatory guidance to explain what it's going to look like, and then also what it's going to look like for their child's development as they grow from little ones, infants, toddlers, until they come to the schools at 3 years old.
Great. As we think about the program in the future, how do you hope to see it grow? I mean, what could this look like next year, 5 years down the road, or what would be a goal for us?
Sure. So we've been very lucky this year that we've expanded our program, but we are going to get to a point where we can only expand it so much. And so I'm really excited about a collaborative that we've been working on as a school district and in the 203 community. We really are interested in partnering with many different entities so that we're working on professional learning, whether that's for different daycare centers or early childhood centers that are in the area, as well as other different entities that are servicing children that are birthed to age 8. As well as we have an initiative that we'd really like to work on the opportunity to screen all children before they can come into our program to support children. And so the idea of families being able to check in on their child's development and what we can do as a school district to support their children where they're at.
Great. So when we think about both our Birth to 3 program as well as the 3 to 5 program at Ann, Reid, Maplebrook, and Scott, why are these programs so important to us as a school district long term? What can we hope from programs like this?
Well, I know from the home visiting aspect, I think we get a way better look at a family and what we can do as a district to support the total family. We work a lot with the resources within the community and the Children's Museum, the libraries, the Park District. We have a lot of collaboration with, and so we help families who are unknown to what's available to them, help them recognize that and see what opportunities are there, which will in turn help their kiddos grow and learn.
Right. How about our 3 to 5 program?
Really, it's setting families and children on the right trajectory. So one thing that's unique is that we're aligned exactly with what's happening K through 12 in 203. So we're really putting our children on the right pathway so that when they get to kindergarten, they don't miss a beat. And so they can just jump right into the curriculum and continue to grow from there.
Thank you very much. Thanks, AJ and Peggy. It's always a good day when I get to spend time over at Ann Reid. I enjoy it so much. One thing that makes our early childhood initiative such a success is our work with community partners. Up next, we'll learn how our partners collaborate with us to make an impact on our youngest students.